Good morning.
Morning, everyone.
How is everyone this morning? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so excited you're joining us for Taco Latte.
Today.
Are you?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, because I think it's just like there's just a lot to I think people are just really going to eat it up.
Oh,
and
good.
I like helping people.
I know, it's fun, isn't it? We do kind of get excited about helping other photographers. It's maybe a little bit of a disease for us, but today we are talking about marketing the switch to IPS, or IPS stands for in-person sales. So marketing that switch. And even if you're already doing in-person sales, I still feel like this is a great topic. I kept in mind, let's just put it this way, when I was putting together the content, I kept in mind that a lot of folks already do IPS and that they need some valuable content from this as well. So even if you're already doing in-person sales, hopefully we're going to help give you some tips and tricks for making not only your in-person sales appointments better, but also just how to communicate that in-person sales is the way to go with your clients. And I don't talk about it as in-person sales. With our clients, it's always about the ordering appointment. The ordering appointment is it. This is what you're coming back for. This is the highlight of your time with us and working in a session with us. So yeah, let's go ahead. I'm going to start sharing my screen here. You guys can see my keynotes that I did today. There we are. I was up at 2:30 this morning working on this. Yeah, insomnia is a bitch, right? Yeah, just not fun.
Chris Meyer was posting about insomnia this morning too.
Oh, it's crazy.
He's like, I thought we broke up. Please, I do not like you anymore. We need to see other people.
This affair is over.
Yeah.
Too funny. Yeah, I had insomnia today. When it happens to me, well, my husband got up in the middle of the night at like 2:30, clearly. And when he got up, he kind of woke me up. And you know how you just know that you're not going back to sleep?
Yeah.
And usually I fight it and I sit there and I toss and turn for an hour or so. Today I just got up. I'm like, screw it. I'm getting up and working. Okay, so there you go. You guys are watching this either on tacolatte.tv or at our YouTube site. Go ahead and subscribe. Now, we just did a quick Periscope to get our Periscope viewers over here to YouTube. And those of you who want to watch Taco Latte on a mobile platform, either your iPad, your iPhone, Samsung, whatever, go ahead and download the YouTube app and then subscribe to our channel and allow notifications on the YouTube app in your phone. Then when we go live every Tuesday morning, YouTube will notify you that subscribing to us is going live. And we only do it every Tuesday, so you're not going to get inundated with a bunch of notifications from us. But what that does do, it'll remind you, and then you can see the topic or not and decide if you want to go ahead and stay. Always know that the archives are going to be here. We switched to YouTube to have those archives available. And if you'd like to get involved with the conversation here and you're watching on tacolatte.tv, go ahead and hop on over to our YouTube site. You can post questions, the chat box right there. We do take questions towards the end of the conversation. So yeah, go ahead and jump in. We would love to see you. Okay, upcoming events, usually on our YouTube page. So again, youtube.com, and you can find upcoming stuff. Usually we post it relatively last minute, don't we?
Not now. We have a system now. This is what happens. See, even us, like, new, then you have to create a system for it. So it's taken us a little while to build our system, but now we have a system.
And B, Belinda over here, I call her B, is the queen of systems, and she's misorganized, so she keeps me.
I love systems.
They're the best. Of course, you can also watch tacolatte.tv. That's our live event page, and download the weekly freebie there. The freebie is not available until 9 a.m. on Tuesday morning when we go live. So just note that you won't, if you try to subscribe early, not going to happen. But next week, what are we talking about next week? We are doing marketing your fall.
Yes.
Now, one thing to note about next week, I'm actually going to take a week off. I'm going on an Alaska cruise with my family. So we are going to record Talk a Latte for next week. So just note that chat won't be available next week, but we will launch it next week, and you will have a topic, but it won't necessarily be
And if you do have questions, you can still ask questions on the
chat page,
and we can get to it. It just won't be necessarily live, or
yes,
it won't be an instantaneous response.
Exactly. But we do want to take your questions. So if you need help next week, please post questions and we'll do our best to get to them.
Yes.
Okay, we do have weekly summaries and archives on the talkalatte.tv site. So if you want to see past episodes, please go ahead and head there. Marketing the transition to in-person sales. Let's get to the meat of this conversation. Okay, so I started my business in late 2006. In 2007, I was doing online sales and pretty much bombed my entire way through the year. I did switch to in-person sales late in the year, like August, September. I finally started to make some money, but I still had a negative cash flow in that year. But finally, once I got my in-person sales system in place, we leaped in revenue over the next 3 years. And between 2010 and 2013, we grew by almost 200% here at Jewel Images. And I really do attribute that mainly to in-person sales, because it was just so valuable to what we do. It helped maintain our average across clients. Clients loved the experience, and it actually ended up much better. But in the beginning, I know what I was doing. I flip-flopped my pricing. There was no customer service, no set system. So to in-person sales, I realized that the reason to do it is mainly money and control. You selling in person, and you control the sale more. And it is such a moneymaker because it's an emotional thing. I mean, we don't.
Absolutely. That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Is the sales session.
And because you're selling, I mean, I know that sounds really manipulative and we don't mean to make it that way, but we are selling emotion, and that's what makes it fun.
Yeah. Like seeing the responses of the parents, and
oh, it's magical.
It's so fun.
It is fun.
It's so fun.
And you're robbing yourself if you don't do in-person sales
Right.
because you don't get to see that. But that emotion is what really drives the sale. And then of course, clients see the product. They don't have to like imagine what it's going to look like by looking at things online or just getting a disc. So that personal assistance gives the client courage to spend on a more deluxe product. So if you're here on this Talk a Latte, chances are you're either scared out of your mind to switch to IPS, which I can totally relate. You've switched to IPS, but your clients aren't necessarily taking it very well. That's okay.
Sorry.
You're right.
Yep, I'm good.
You want to do IPS, but don't know how to tell your clients. You do IPS, but it's inconsistent. IPS works, but you have no idea how to, quote, sell it to your clients. So we're going to address some of these issues today. But before we do, here's the benefits of in-person sales. And like, seriously, screenshot this if you can. I want everybody to go Shift Command F3 right now. Shift Command F3, because this is one of the ways, this slide right here is going to be why, like how the language you're going to use to market IPS to your clients. Okay. So you're going to help your clients curb indecisiveness. You're going to offer that design assistance. You're going to offer display ideas. You have these two in-person sales that the client wants to know. So screenshot this, use this as your language. But that really is the big question that most photographers have, is or maybe you're just doing a digital model right now and you know the IPS is going to give you more money, but taking that leap of faith is really scary. And of course, your clients are so used to doing it the way that you've been doing it, that telling them it's dread, you know?
Yes. And Valissa just made a point that now she has no clients after she switched.
Oh.
And that's something we hear a lot, because it's just you're targeting a different group of people now.
Yes.
So a lot of times I think that's why people are so scared to switch, is because they know they're going to lose a lot of their current client base.
Yeah. And I can understand that. And you will lose some. And I have a little about that at the end of this conversation here, but I don't think you have to lose all of them.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, it all depends on how you market it. how you spin the switch. You guys know I'm always talking about marketing being just spinning your advantage and using words to do that. So the 6 things that I want to cover today. So first of all, we're going to warn our clients in advance before the switch happens. Then we're going to tout the benefits of the switch, and we're going to talk about how to do that. We're going to tell them how it will make it a better experience for the client. And then we're going to tell them how it will be better for you as a business. Because if you talk about how it'll help you as a business, clients want to help you. Like, they want your business to be successful. They love you. They understand if you need to make switches in your business that offer efficiency for you. And so we're going to discuss how it'll be better for you, and then in turn, how you can communicate that aspect of it to your clients. Number 5, offer the option of an online gallery after the in-person appointment, especially as you're transitioning from doing an online or digital model to an IPS model. And then as a last resort, we're just going to friggin' tell them the truth. And I'll talk about that in a minute. So let's one first. Don't even book a session without telling the client how they will see their images at the ordering appointment. So many photographers offer all digital or online galleries. The client may expect the same from you. So if they've worked with a different photographer before, we've had this problem. They're going to come to you and then expect you to do an online gallery or digital model too. And you're like, that is not how it works. So talk about it, and then talk about what you experience on the phone with our clients.
The first thing to realize about the topic is that it's not like they're going to come to you and say, well, I've had an online gallery in the past. Like, it's not an overt
arching concept.
It's an unsaid thing. So you don't necessarily know that they're that experience in the past. But I, with the clients that I can think of off the top of my head that have had that experience before coming with us, there's been red flags when you think about, they're hesitant to want to come in. They ask a lot of questions about like how many images they're going to see, what the editing process is like.
Do they have to order that day?
Right.
All that kind of.
There's some red flags. And so something that and again, revamping our system, not that we don't, tell them that in general, when they book, but I like in all of our inquiry phone calls, regardless if they've been with us 3 times previous or not, I tell them, well, just in case things have changed a little bit, let me tell you about how our process works.
Yes.
And then I walk them through the session, let them know like a general timeline of how things are going to work. And I don't come back. We tell them it's part of the process that you will come back to the studio to view your images and make final purchase decisions.
And when you tell them that process, they're okay with it.
They're that's
how the way it goes. Yep. But if you don't warn them in advance, then if they did have that of online gallery or digital with other photographers, they will start to question mid-process.
Right.
And that's bad. You do not want them to question how things are going before you, like in the middle of your experience with them. That's that means you dropped the ball somewhere. Tout the switch. Make IPS sound fantastic. I tell my clients they'll see images on our 106-inch projection screen with popcorn, cocktails, and goodies. I tell them it's literally the best part of their experience with us and the culmination of the creative process. Like, this is why you're here. This is why you came to us, to see these images, to see the climax of your experience with us, to have an experience yourself in our projection room. So I literally talk about it being the height of their experience with us, and that starts to get them excited about the process. Our feed is going okay over there, isn't it? That slide is...
Oh, I just have it paused.
Oh, you have it paused. Got it. That makes sense. Okay. I'm like, we're watching the feed on this side so we can see all the questions come through. And there is a delay somewhat, but we're like, wait a minute. That was like 5 slides ago.
I didn't want to use up the bandwidth.
That makes total sense.
Stream twice. So
that's why I hired her, because she's way smarter than me. Okay. So number 3, and this is an important one. Tell them how it's better for them. This is dedicated time to evaluate their images. They are not on their own in this process. They will not get overwhelmed. Questions galore. It's going to be there to offer expertise. And once it's done, they never have to worry or think about it again, and that saves them time. And that's the biggie. I have so many of my clients complain to me when they get a disc that they just shove the disc in a drawer and nothing ever gets done. And a year later, they still have an empty space in their wall and they still have a disc in their drawer. It is a failure on my part. And it's happened with our clients. We have a couple clients who've been like, oh yeah, the kid number one's images are still on the disc in the safe deposit box. And I'm sitting here going, oh my gosh, get these printed and on your wall. So them, hey, you're going to come spend an hour and a half with me. We're going to figure out what you're doing with your images. It's one thing to hire me as a professional, but it's another thing to actually do something with what we create for you.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Hi, friends.
Hi, friends. We're back. I know there's a little audio glitch in our system in the live broadcast, and we actually figured it out after trying to record the last half of this segment and still having the same problem. It's our silly microphone.
Third time's a charm. We fixed it now.
Good grief. It's one of those days.
We're creative people, not technical people.
Yeah. I mean, come on. It's one of those days where nothing goes right technically, and you seriously want to start yanking your hair out or taking a steak knife to your eye. Yeah. Let's continue.
Okay, so
we're gonna continue where we left off, where the YouTube broadcast was so rudely interrupted by yours truly because our microphone glitched out. But I do want to give the content to you guys and make sure that the last half is recorded. So we will, of course, splice the two together, have our intern Addie do that because she's awesome that way. And hopefully she won't have any technical problems. So,
and she's freaky fast, so it'll be up soon.
Yeah, she is freaky fast. So, okay. Number 3, we've been talking about how you tout the benefits of IPS to your clients. And I think we finished our conversation basically on this one, but just overarching review on this number 3 is when you make it sound good for them and a benefit to them, and it'll actually save them time in the long run and give them a finished product, they're going to be more likely to want to do it. So I think that's an important element, but you also have to talk about how it's better for you too. That it makes your ordering process efficient and that you get all your clients through in a timely manner when you can do IPS.
Yeah.
It allows you to provide better service to your customer and understand their needs, like how they want to present their images. And it helps you connect with them more. And you get to see their first time reaction to the images, which is what she loves.
That's my favorite part.
She loves that so much. She will literally come downstairs just to see the slideshow. And she doesn't watch the slideshow. She watches them.
I watch them. I totally do. And the moms always almost cry, especially like the sessions with the siblings. Because, a lot of times, those of you that have toddlers know, especially as a mom, you always think it's a disaster. Like anything you do with your toddler is like a disaster. So then when you get that image, they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you got it. And it's so fun.
So now I know that one of the big reasons a lot of you are freaked out about IPS and switching over and marketing it is because you feel like you might be putting pressure on your client to buy. And yeah, I can see how you would feel that way. But if you warn your client in advance and say, you know what, this is an ordering appointment. That's what we call it.
That's what we call it.
From the start. We don't call it a preview or a gallery presentation or a viewing appointment.
Yeah.
No, it's an ordering appointment.
Yep.
And that way they know they're going to be spending money at that appointment. And really it's just a matter of guiding them through what they said they wanted in the pre-consultation and not putting a ton of pressure on them to buy more than that. Some do, some don't. The whole point is that we're shooting for a specific product and we are, taking them through that journey as we go throughout the process of sales. And then when they get to the in-person selling appointment, it's really just literally an ordering appointment. It's not a sales appointment. And that's important to know.
Well, and they're already invested in the process. So you're not putting pressure on them to buy. They're not just randomly walking into your studio and you're like, hey, buy something from me.
Yeah.
They're already invested. They know they're coming to the ordering appointment knowing they're going to spend some kind of money.
Yes. That's a fact. They know it's happening.
It's there.
And we educate them on the fact that having something tangible at the end, like a printed product of some kind, is what's going to create the value in the session long term. I mean, it's one thing to hire us as professionals. It's another thing to actually do something with the images. And that's what we tout. And that's the reason coming to an ordering appointment in person is so valuable to the clients. So, but every once in a while, you'll get that client who really cannot decide, who just can't do it. And so we will offer to post an online gallery with a hefty deposit, non-refundable, and that deposit goes towards their session. So it goes towards their order. And that does help, especially when you're trying to switch to in-person sales. Sometimes just being able to offer that kind of
bridge the gap.
Yeah, exactly. It makes that transition.
They get the security of still getting the online gallery, but you get the benefits of IPS.
Exactly. So, and then finally, just tell it like it is if you have to. The truth hurts, as we like to say. And oftentimes the reason you're switching to IPS is because you're worried about losing your images. When you put them online, it's so easy for people to right click and steal them. And so I will say that to my clients and say, you know, the reason we do this is because it's just so easy in today's digital age for people to right click and save. And to protect our livelihood as a studio, we need to transfer over to this process in order to do that. And clients do understand that businesses need to make changes.
Right.
And as long as you make those changes with their interests at heart, and also say why it's helping you.
Why? Yeah. I mean, in the end, you're running a business and it needs to be profitable. So it's okay to tell them that.
Yeah, it is okay to tell them that. Okay, so one of the best ways to do this is not only tell them, but you also have to make them see it. It's one thing to for them to hear it, but they also have to see it, feel it, read it.
Yep.
So make a brochure and ta-da! It's today's freebie. A PSD layered format file is your freebie. We are going to give this to you for watching Latte TV today. Yep. And it comes with all the text, and all you got to do is basically just insert a couple of images
and update
and your logo.
The info.
Yep, that's it.
And it's elements friendly too, which is most of our products in our shop are
not.
But I made it elements friendly this morning.
Miss B this morning made it elements friendly to you. So
just for you.
Just for you guys. So go ahead and we'll tell you how to download that at the end of Latte here. So I know you all say, I'm pretty sure my clients only want digital files. It's all about how you educate them. And if you communicate to them that, you know, most of my clients who just do digital files end up throwing the disc in a drawer somewhere and never do anything with the images, or it takes them a couple years to actually get something on the wall, I always say, don't let that be you, client. Don't let that be you.
Yeah.
If you educate them on the product line, give them a good pre-consultation and a pricing structure that models around art, and do IPS and educate on your policies and procedures, you're not going to have an issue, and you're actually going to end up with better sales.
And there's a lot of research now saying that having images on the wall helps people self-esteem, especially as children.
Yeah, it does. And you know, we also have this brochure. Obviously, this is not a freebie today, but the other one is. We talk about the unarchivability of digital files and that they'll corrupt eventually, that you know, most people stuff them in a drawer, that printing isn't art, and we communicate and educate on the value of a print. And so when you can do that, not only in an auditory way, meaning you tell them, but that also they read it and have to interact with the information, they're going to know it more. And then price it so they have to buy art. We have a create your own collection system where the client has to choose an art piece of some kind, and then they get to choose their digital files. And that whole two-step process creates a collection, a custom portrait package. So they know coming into it that they're going to be choosing some kind of art piece or printed product. And that helps huge with doing in-person sales, because they want my input as an artist and the help to create that wall art or album, because it would just otherwise sit in a drawer. Because honestly, clients don't know what they're doing when it comes to creating wall series, and they can never decide.
Yeah, because they love them all. I mean, it's their family. They're emotionally tied to every single image, and they don't know
what to put up.
What would be best. And, you know, they'll end up picking like a close-up one because you can see everyone. But then when you blow it up to a 30 by 40 canvas, it looks terrible because your face is this big on your wall.
I almost had coffee all over the screen. You're absolutely right. Oh my gosh.
So true, because they love those ones, because they can, like, they see the other ones and they're like, oh, it's so far away, because they have no like clients don't I mean, for me, that's like when I first started working for you, I thought an 8x10 was big. And now I'm like a 30x40, that's kind of little. Like
it's kind of small.
Your perception when you're not in
the
industry is so different. So it's your job, use your experience and your expertise in the industry to benefit you.
Yes. And to help your
client, because you don't want your client printing an 8x10 to put above their fireplace.
It's ridiculous.
Retarded.
Or vice versa,
silly.
The close-up shot in 30x40 where you're front row movie theater, like, oh my gosh, big face. Not good. Yep. Not good. Okay. Now, if you sell out of your house, yes, I know that this is probably some of your homes can relate.
I can totally relate to that.
Although it's just the sink that looks like that right now, not the whole counter.
Yeah, my counters are good, but it's like magic. Like seriously, like you clean it up, and then you like it's after dinner or something. But then you wake up in the morning and it's like a mess again. How does that even happen?
Seriously,
everyone was sleeping.
24 hours later. What do you think they had for dinner? Yeah, let's not analyze that. That's kind of gross. Moving on. If you do have a crazy house, try to make it right. If you do really want to sell out of your home, then you're going to have to clean it, decorate it, merchandise it. Yep. This is my old home studio space when I just started in Portland. And I had my clients' images on the walls. I put up that projector screen in my living room. You can see the albums and the products all around. This is my dining room on the right. I did consultations there, album design there. And then you had to walk through my kitchen to get to my detached garage, my detached 2-car garage, for me to actually take your picture. So, a home studio isn't that bad if you do it well. You don't have to do it perfect, but you have to do it well.
And you mentioned that you put your client, like you said, decorate it, but you put clients, like you have to think about as a client. You don't want just like all your family stuff up there. Like you need to put images in the frames, and whether you want to switch them out or whatever is your choice. But those images behind your dining room table, that's not you.
It's clients.
Those are client images. That's your work that you're selling, or your examples of your work that you're selling to your clients.
They are studio samples. Right. And that's so important to show. So I know a lot of you think that you're going to lose all your clients when you do make the switch to IPS. And you will. You'll lose, not all of them, but you'll lose some. Yeah. But you will keep the good ones. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to get rid of the diseased gourds, as I call them, because they're infecting the good ones. They steal your time away from those beautiful clients who will do IPS and who want to spend money and who want an art product. So get rid of the bad ones, only focus on the good ones. And then when you put your pricing structure and you put your brand and you create this beautiful appointment for your clients to see the images, you've just taken your studio from here all the way up to here. And that all works together to create a better customer experience, and the clients are more likely to spend more money anyway. And then, you may have fewer clients, but you're making more per client, which actually means you're making more money and working less.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing.
And then you have time, to do more marketing.
Exactly.
I didn't even plan that.
It may take some strategic marketing, and you will definitely have to put yourself out there a little bit more. To get into that next target segment of clients. Basically, you're jumping tiers. You're jumping from a low-end client to a higher-end client. And sorry, I bumped the microphone. Hopefully that didn't make a noise. And that's always a challenge to break into that new client segment. But when you have time to work with those clients and market to them, it's going to make your life that much easier. And of course, the sooner you start in your business, the less painful it will be. I've seen photographers who have dozens and dozens and dozens, hundreds of low-paying clients because they were cheap first, and then they increased their brand, their product, IPS, all that stuff, and they had to almost start over. So the sooner you do this, the better off you will be. But the important thing to remember is the brand, the price, and the experience all have to match. They have to be in the same realm. So if your experience and your brand is kind of half there and you're really expensive, the client's not going to think it's worth it. But if everything works together, then they will think it's worth it and they'll want to come back to you. So to get the magical freebie, go to tacolatte.tv/episode 15. The benefits of IPS brochure template. It is a layered PSD file that you can download. Of course, it's not quite free. You have to give us your email.
Pay in information.
Yes. pay in your firstborn child. No, kidding. Just your firstborn email would be fine. But when you join us, you will get that freebie as well as information on Market Like You Mean It is coming soon too. Market Like You Mean It is our 8-week online mastery course for photographers. It's coming in September of 2016. We launch it on September 12th. That's when it will be available to the public. And we're only opening enrollment for 2 weeks. So if you want to get in on it, get in on it the last part of September. We will not be offering it again until next year. If you want to join us in the meantime as we build up to our launch of the course, join us for the 6-day marketing audit challenge, which starts September 6th. If you subscribe to our email list at jewel-education.com/audit, you will get everyday worksheets, checklists, cheat sheets, just basically tools
Yes.
to help you scrutinize, examine, review, analyze, and audit every aspect of your marketing in your business. And that's a beautiful thing because it'll help you see the good things and the holes. And then culminating after the 6-day marketing audit challenge, we're going to be offering a free masterclass webinar called Create a 90-Day Marketing Plan that will get clients in your door. We're going to have several times that you can come see this webinar during the 2 weeks that Market Like You Mean It is open. And of course, you'll be able to enroll in Market Like You Mean It during the webinar as well. So we hope that you will join us and for the Marketing Audit Challenge, and for that matter, to Market Like You Mean It, because really, what is running a business about? It's about understanding your customer's mindset and how to communicate your message to them ultimately. In other words, marketing. So, our coffee's cold.
Mine's gone.
Be strong, be true, be calm, be you. And as always, we hope that you hashtag LYMI and do your business like you mean it. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.